A graduate assistant walked into a Penn State locker room in 2001, saw Jerry Sandusky sexually assaulting a child, and immediately told Joe Paterno, who told the athletic director, who told the university president, and no one called the police. Sandusky was an esteemed defensive coordinator for the Nittany Lions and the founder of the Second Mile, a charity for at-risk youth. For decades, he used that charity to identify, groom, and abuse vulnerable boys. The graduate assistant, Mike McQueary, reported the 2001 shower assault to Paterno the next morning. Paterno informed athletic director Tim Curley. Curley informed senior vice president Gary Schultz. Schultz informed university president Graham Spanier. The men met, they weighed options, and they did not alert law enforcement or child protective services. Instead, they restricted Sandusky's access to bringing children into athletic facilities, a measure that in practice failed to stop him. The assault McQueary witnessed was a single vivid event in a pattern that unfolded across years and institutions, where reputation was prioritized over reporting. This was not an isolated complaint. In 1998, a mother reported to university police that Sandusky had showered with her son. Center County District Attorney Ray Gricker reviewed the file and declined to prosecute after interviews in which Sandusky admitted to showering but denied sexual contact. The university's response was muted. Sandusky retired from his defensive coordinator role in 1999, but retained emeritus status, an office on campus, and ongoing access to the Second Mile's children. Records later reviewed by independent investigators revealed a pattern. Complaints were noted, investigated on paper, then contained internally. The Free Report. The 2012 independent investigation commissioned by the Board of Trustees concluded that Paterno, Curley, Schultz, and Spanier failed to protect children and repeatedly concealed facts from authorities and the university board. Their deliberations show an institution choosing self-preservation over disclosure, creating a permissive environment for continued abuse. The boys Sandusky targeted were often those with fractured homes, economic instability, or histories of trauma. Precisely the children the Second Mile promised to help. Sandusky became adept at recognizing need and offering curated forms of attention. Gifts, trips, mentorship, and the intoxicating access to Penn State's athletic world. His actions created complicated loyalties. Victims were grateful for opportunities he provided, ashamed of what happened, and uncertain whether anyone would believe them. Civil litigation later produced more than 35 claimants. His criminal trial identified 10 convicted victims. Penn State ultimately paid roughly $237 million in settlements to over 100 claimants. In the documents unearthed, the most damning revelation is not just that officials knew of complaints, but how they spoke about them. In one exchange, after Tim Curley proposed not reporting Sandusky to authorities, Graham Spanier replied, "This is a more humane and reasonable way to proceed." That line, an elected university leader invoking humanity while declining to involve child protective systems, stands as the clearest moral collapse in the record. It crystallizes an institutional calculus that valued reputation and loyalty to one of its icons above the safety of children. The legal and institutional aftermath unfolded unevenly. Sandusky was convicted in 2012 on 45 of 48 counts and sentenced to 30 to 60 years in prison. He has pursued appeals. Curley and Schultz pleaded guilty to child endangerment in 2017 and served brief terms. Spanier was convicted of child endangerment and served 2 months. Joe Paterno was dismissed by the board and died of lung cancer in January 2012 before criminal prosecutions concluded. The NCAA imposed sweeping sanctions, a $60 million fine, a 4-year bowl ban, and the vacating of 111 wins, penalties largely reduced or reversed in subsequent years. The Second Mile dissolved in 2012. Settlements totaling approximately $237 million were paid through insurance and university funds. Ray Gricker, the district attorney who chose not to pursue charges in 1998, disappeared in 2005 and was later declared legally dead. His van was found abandoned, and his disappearance remains unexplained. The children abused through the Second Mile were told the organization existed to protect them. In reality, it provided Sandusky with decades of access, while the adults around him, coaches, administrators, lawyers, deliberated, rationalized, and failed to act. Subscribe to Case Files TV because someone always knows, and knowing is not the same as stopping it.